What's going on, everyone? Mimic here with another video. This one is going to be about my settings that I have in the game, the best ones that I use for both PvE and PvP and PvE. I'm going to be talking about the settings that I use, my graphical settings, my keybinds, everything that I have set up on my end, and hopefully it helps you guys set up and get better results on your end, because there's some stuff I've got set up on my end that a lot of people don't know you can do, and it helped out a lot of my guild members tremendously. So let's jump in. Thanks for watching. Let's get it. So on the settings, you press escape. Obviously it's going to bring up this menu, and then you can go into settings. So you go straight into settings. We'll start with gameplay, very far left. Now I play in action mode. There's classic and action. Classic is a little weird for me personally. It's where you move your mouse and it doesn't move the screen. You have to right click like this to pan. It just feels weird. I don't see how people can play like this, but apparently it's better in PvP. That's what a lot of people are saying, that this mode is much better in PvP. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. It's too much. So I play in action mode. It's just easier for me. Action mode essentially is where when you move your mouse, like I'm moving now, it moves your screen. I think that's much more, it just feels better. It feels like an actual, like I'm in control of what's going on, what I'm looking at, where my character is going. It feels better to me, for me. So action mode, or it's going to be the classic mode. You pick and choose what's better for you. Now, I'm going to just kind of go through this very quickly, but you guys can stop the video if you guys want to look at all the things I have checked or unchecked. I have auto move to interaction target checked. Prevent falling is unchecked. Skill buffer is unchecked. Auto move to attack target is checked. Continue combat against attacking monsters checked. Those other ones are unchecked. Use basic attack toggle, ease of use direction are unchecked. Aim a target with direction location is checked. Display cast bar is checked, and then display wind indicator is not checked. But that actually may be good to have checked. So I don't know. I'll play with that. Now character name display settings, I didn't mess with any of this. I just have simplify on, so that's how I left it. Show name when broadcasting item acquisition, you can turn that on or off. It's preference. This is a little thing that pops up when someone gets like a cool item. You can have that turn on or off for you. I have it on. It's just, most of these are settings or default. I didn't really mess with any of this. Now, this is going to be clutch, guys. If you guys take anything from this video, this is what you want to prioritize. My target selection, I have it search by order of priority, and you can change it. You can do it by circular search distance. So whoever's like closest to you, you can have it default to just click that. You can also do search by order of priority, and you can have it by astral vision targets. Now, I haven't made any videos on astral vision. I am going to make a video about it. That's what this thing is down here. This is a really cool feature of the game. I'm gonna make a quick 5-10 minute video of what astral vision is and like how to set it up and all that, because you got a bunch of settings over here how you set it up. But I'm gonna leave that for another video. But yes, you can turn your target method to only use your astral vision targets, and again, I'll explain about what this is in a different video. But the best one for PvE and PvP is search by order of priority. So you can tell your game that I want you to prioritize these targets over the others. So when I tab target, you're going to only tab to these checked priorities that I have checked. And it does still work in PvE if you leave it the same. So, and I've messed with this a lot, and this is the best settings that I can tell you what to do. So you want to uncheck attacking players. You want to uncheck attacking monsters. You do want to check hostile guild, and you do want to check feuding players. Everything else, you want to have it unchecked. And what this is going to do is when you target, let's say you're in a PvP and there's 50 versus 50 and it's just chaos. When you tab, it's not going to tab target to one of your allies. It's not going to tab target to one of your alliance members. It's only going to tab target to the closest hostile guild member or feuding players that you have on a feuding list. I'll make a separate video on what the feuding list is, but essentially it's people that are on a hit list, if you will. People that you put on a list that anytime they're near you, there's going to be an icon on your map that lets you know that one of your feuding players that you have on your list is near you. It's a pretty cool little feature that the game has. Again, I'll break that down in another video, but these are the 2 things you want checked, and you want to have it on search by order of priority. If there's anything in this video that you take, do this. Trust me, it's quality of life. It's going to be awesome using this. Okay. I unchecked these 2 as well. Auto target selection when attacking, prioritize targets indicated by mouse cursor, or prioritize nearby targets. I unchecked both of these because when I tab, I want to tab to just only my closest hostile guild member or feuding player. I don't want this to override any of this. So I unchecked both of these. The amatoy recovery, I have it at 80%. So when I fall to 80% health or lower, the amatoy is going to start healing me. And then always use amatoy recovery during PvP combat. So I have that checked. So I'm always getting healed. Items, this is all default. So just stop the video if you need to look, but it's all default. Camera. The only thing I changed here was my shake effects. I have it cut down 50% because at 100%, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster every time I crit, which is pretty much every time I hit something. So at 100%, your screen's constantly shaking. I don't know how you can play with that. For a long time, I had it at 35, but it was just very minimal, and I wanted a little bit more oomph when I attack. So I have it at 50%, and I do have the shake effect on. I think this is perfect for me, but this is preference. Change this if you want more or less. Content. Large scale combat mode I have always used, and then I have both of these checked. I don't want to see other people's amatoys because that's gonna make everything else lag, so I have that off. Increase world map transparency while moving, I have that on. Opacity is 10%. This is checked off. Codex, both of these are on. I think it's default. This is default as well. Display glide controls, display swimming controls, those are both off because I don't want to see that pop up every time. And then both of these are on, checked on. I think that's default. I didn't touch any of that. Chat, it's normal. Time display, I don't care about the time that the chat was sent. It's just more info than I need. Category display I have on. Input cursor on. This is off. And then simplified display time is 10 seconds. So I think this is, for the majority, it's default, except I think time display, I turned that off. UI, I'm on 2 tier. You can make your UI bigger like this and smaller. I play on 2. I just think it gives me more landscape. I like that. Auto resize cursor is checked on. All of this stuff is default. I think the only thing I turned off was display HUD quick slot tooltips. I don't need tooltips anymore. And I have this one on too, but I don't notice anything there. So these are my settings. Again, this is a quick video. Just pause the video if you want to look at my my settings again, but that's that. Notifications, this is all default. I didn't mess with any of this. Inventory, this is all default as well. The only thing I changed is to notify at world tree leaves quantity. So when I'm at 20%, it's going to tell me like, hey, you're running low, go buy some more world tree leaves. And then that's it. I think background notifications I have off. Community, let me see. Yeah, all this is the same. I didn't touch any of that. Now graphic settings, this is huge. So I actually play on 1080 and then I upscale my videos to 1440. So that's why they look a little bit better. And then the frame rate that I use is 144 monitor. I don't have vertical sync on. I do play in windowed mode. My resolution is at 100%. All of this is off. This is on close. So if you want really good graphics, put it on close. If you want it like the graphics not as good, but the performance better, put it on ultra performance. Okay. So if you're having issues with like large scale PvP, you're dropping frames, things like that, turn this to ultra performance. It's going to help you out big time. I have it on close because I like graphics. So quality. Now, these are my settings. They're pretty much all high, but there are some tweaks that I have in here to kind of help me on a little bit of the graphics that I feel while I'm playing the game. So we'll go through those really quick. So anti, I've got it on high. Ambient, I've got it on high. Screen space, got it on high. Visibility on high. Character count high, post processing high, character quality high, shadow quality high, shading quality high, shadow quality high, far shadow high, texture quality high, and anisotropic filtering times 16, effect quality high, vegetation quality high. So everything is on high on the basics. Okay. Depth of field I have off, motion blur I have off, chromatic aberration off, lens flare off. Level of detail is high, character shadow is high, lighting quality high, terrain quality is high, volumetric clouds is high, volumetric fog is high, shader preloading is high, hair strands, turn this off. If you have this on, you are processing way more data than you need to, and it's not even that big of a deal. Turn it off, it's going to make your FPS jump up like 20%. Big pro tip there. Turn hair strands off. Optimize large scale combat on, and use DirectX 12 on. Those are my settings there. Sound I have it at 52. This game's pretty loud, so I actually have it at 52%. Anything louder, and Discord is like, it's hard to hear people in Discord, so I have it at 52%. My notifications are at 80, my UI is at 80, everything else pretty much at 100. Sound effects are at 82 because the sound effects are a little high, loud as well. My Amateur, I have him at 0 because he's very loud. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to mute him now. And then voice is at 80%. Echo effects I have off. Background volume settings are on. Combat volume correction is clear. Use combat music because the music is crazy as hell. Definitely, I love the music in the game. Sound design is great. And then dynamic range, I have it on my audio settings. Now, miscellaneous, chat voice guide, it's off. Shortcuts. Now, this is going to be based on how you want to set the game up for you, but these are how my shortcuts are set up, and I'm just going to go through them really quick. Again, pause the video if you want to look at all my settings, but this is what I've got. I'm just going to go through really quick here. So that's that. Enable, disable morph. Yep. So that's that. Just pause the video if you want to look at my settings. UI, again, same thing. I'm just going to go through it really quick. A lot of this is actually all default. A lot of this default. Some of the things are changed different though. Pause the video if you want to stop and look at all of the different things that I have there. So just stop the video, okay? Shortcuts. Let's take a look here. So this is where you do your binds. You can set up your key binds in the shortcuts menu. This is where and again, I'm not gonna go through everything. It's just too much to talk about, but I'm gonna just go through it. You guys can pause the video if you want. These are my settings that I have. So all of these, like my health pots, are on my F keys. Astral Vision. So this is cool, Astral Vision. I'll make another video on it, but essentially when you're in PvP, you have Astral Vision on. It scans like this, and it puts all the enemies that are not in your guild. These are all enemy players. And if I press Alt, you can see my target here. If you press Alt and then 1, it's going to target Ghost King. If you press Alt and 2, it's going to target December. If you press Alt and 3, it's going to target Sir Tank a lot. And this refreshes automatically every 3 seconds. That's how I have it set up. So I'm in a battle, right? We're in a battle. It's 50 versus 50, 100 versus 100. It's just stuff's going crazy. I can't manually just click someone because there's just so much going on. I can press Alt and any of the keys, and it's automatically going to target one of these targets for me. And I can cycle through them quickly in the game to see who's got the lowest health, and I can just go after that person instead of just like scanning each person, mousing over each person and clicking. This is a really quick way to go through PvP and figure out who the weaklings are, who the healers are, and target those people. So that's how I have my Astral Vision targeting set up, is with the Alt keys. So a big tip there. And let me turn off my Astral Vision. And that's pretty much it on my shortcuts. So if you guys want to just pause the video and look at all of this, you can. It's all mainly default settings there. Accessibility, HUD size, again, it's the same thing. You can go up to different tiers if you want a big HUD. I don't like it. Controls, auto resize, cursor check there, cursor input, I have it on weak, sensitivity is 100. I do have the shake effects at that, it's checked, and then it's at that 50 like before. And then I do have blood effects on, subtitle displays are off, chat font size is normal. You can make it bigger if you want a bigger chat. I like it on normal, it just looks good. And that is it. Those are my settings, guys. I know it was a quick video. I didn't get too in depth in it. I just wanted to show kind of the pro tip on certain things like the Astral Vision, which I'll make another video on, and also another video on the keybinds as well. I'll probably make another more in-depth keybind video on how I do it, but essentially on my mouse, I've got these 3 on my mouse here. I've got 3 mouse buttons on my mouse. So I've got one key that does the shadow strike. The next key right next to it does the ankle strike, which binds them and makes them fall to the ground. And then my middle mouse key, which is my scroll, when I push it down, it does my brutal incision. So These three are on my mouse, and then everything else is on my keyboard. So I'm able to kind of have all my skills literally at my fingertips. I don't need to move my hand or do anything to reach any of my skills. The only skill that I don't have reachable is my vanish, which is probably one of the most important skills that I have, because if I'm getting CC'd, I have to move my hand all the way to my keyboard and press the equals button to do it. But it's when I know I'm in trouble, like my hand flies to my keyboard and hits it and I go invisible instantly. But that's the only thing. If I had more buttons on my mouse, I'd be able to pop my camouflage without having to do anything. But that's the video, guys. It was a short one. Just wanted to go over my settings. A lot of people wanted to see my settings. I wanted to let you guys know about the PvP settings on the targeting. That's huge. It's going to help you guys big time in both PvE and PvP. If it helped you out and you didn't have those settings before, let me know in the comment section. I want to know if this video helped out anyone with the targeting situation. I'm going to make some more videos here in the next few days. I'm going to cover I'm going to be going over my gear, all my gear that I've got some new stuff going on here, new armor pieces and new traits that I've got going on. There's some new stuff going on in the game with the new patches that have been released. They're changing the way the game is working, and there is a new there's a new event happening in the next week or two. It's going to be a crazy event, and I'm going to cover all of that for you guys as well. And then this new weapon that just came out, Magnitude's Berserk Blade, is OP. Check out that passive, melee heavy attack 50 for 6 seconds upon inflicting stun or shock with stunning blow. That just came out 2 days ago. It's best in slot greatsword right now. Outside the event's greatsword, which I'm going to cover. I got a ton of videos coming out, guys. Tons. I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff, so don't worry. Just stay tuned. Go ahead and sub if you haven't subbed. Like the video if it helped you out, and comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for the support. But I'm going to be making some more videos this week. Till next time, guys. Peace.